you doing today?
How you doing?
What brings you out here, brother?
Mr. Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams? What's so special about her?
Black.
All right, brother. Thank you. How you doing?
How you doing?
What's up, man? What got you out here today, brother?
Your vote is very important, and I would like to speak to her and see her talk. So I'm really like wanting to know. And I'm very curious about what's going to happen. I'm just excited.
Where you from?
I am from Columbus, Georgia.
Okay. Thank you very much. How you doing? How you doing? What brings you out today, brother?
Well, I am here to see Stacey Abrams once again and help campaign for G.B.R, who's running for District 175.
Okay. What you mean again?
I came to the last one.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How y'all doing today? Good. Any comments?
Yeah, I mean, we're just here because we don't think we can see a blue wave in Georgia. We're here for Brian Kemp.
All right. Well, what is it that you like about Brian Kemp so much?
Brian Kemp, he's here for Georgians. He's not here for Californians or New Yorkers. So
I like Ted Mans.
Huh?
I like Ted Mans.
Okay.
Not a lot of people know about him, but he's the third option. So censorship, I think it's important you come see what's going on. So we're here to hear ideas, talk about it.
Thank you for your being here. Thank you. Have any comments?
Glad to be here.
Yeah. What gets you out here today?
Supporting Miss Abrams.
All right. What's special about her?
What's not special about her?
That's good enough. Good enough. How y'all doing? Good. Long time champ there.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing? Any comments, bro? Just hello. How you doing? All right. Any comments today?
Sir?
Any comments? Why y'all here? What's going on?
Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams?
Yes.
Okay. What's special about her?
I feel like she really embodies a lot of the new political waves that we have going on right now. And I want to get more people in office that do that so that when we go out to vote, it actually means something. And, we can put people that have our same views in office, and then eventually we'll change the whole political office. So that'll be
Thank you for your input. You in school?
Yes, I'm a freshman.
You're a freshman. Where you from?
I'm from Lawrenceville, Georgia, the Gwinnett area.
Okay. Glad you came out and participated. How you all doing today? Any comments?
Just we strongly support Abrams and really hope she wins. We're going to do our most to help her.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What about you? Any comments?
Well, you know what? I support Stacey Abrams because I think everyone deserves to have the opportunity to lead in this country, no matter of their race, their gender, their religion, just any of that. Everyone has a chance, and I believe that she is a very strong figure, and I think she's going to do great for Georgia.
Are you a student out here too?
I was a student at VSU. Now I'm a student at Wiregrass, actually, right now. I'm going for accounting.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Any
sir.
comment? Why are you out here today?
Huh?
Why are you out here today?
I want to see Stacey Abrams speak, so I want to hear what she says, and I believe in a lot of what she believes in, so I'm pretty excited about that. I feel like she represents a younger generation and what we believe in and how she cares for the people. She's not just about this for political gain. She cares about the people of Georgia.
Very interesting. Thank you. Any comments?
No.
Why are you out here today?
Extra-created.
All right, thank you.
Go, Stacey! You rock!
How y'all doing today?
All right. How are
Any
you?
comments, bro? How you doing today, man?
I'm well, my friend. How are you?
Good. Why are you out here today? And
I'm here to support, to lend my support to Stacey Abrams. Of course, she's our Democratic candidate for governor, and I'm throwing and lending my support for her because I like a lot of the things she says as it pertains to involving oneself in the community, bolstering our education here in our communities around the state of Georgia. She's just a wonderful candidate, and I believe that she'll reach out to every area of the state, not just one area or an elite area, but all the areas around the state, despite the race of a person, the religion of a person. She just has that drawing power, and she's experienced that for herself. So I believe she brings that to the governor's mansion when she comes. So I'm here to lend my support behind that. I'm for that.
so you kind of agree with a lot of the other people that say she's diverse and she believes in inclusion.
Oh, of course, certainly.
And what's your
Very
name?
diverse. Billy McFadden.
What kind of work you do, brother? You retired or what?
I'm pastor of St. Paul AME Church and a retired Air Force veteran.
I'm retired Air Force as well. Thank you very much. Any comments, brother? McClendon?
No, it's just good to be there, and it's good to know that suppression of the vote is not the solution. If you have a message, they can have the gates open. If you have no message, then you want fewest people as possible to hear your raggedy conversation.
All right, thank you very much. Any comments while we're out here today? What you out here for? Anything?
Just to support. We gotta support. We gotta get out. We gotta vote, you know?
All right. What do you like about Stacey?
You know, I like how she's definitely for education. I love that.
Okay.
So.
You a student here? Yes.
Yes, I am.
What classification?
Psychology.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, sophomore.
Okay. And what major?
My major is psychology.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. You have any comments? Have any comments? Why are you out here?
I'm here because I'm interested to see what she has to say, and I do go her way more than the others. So, yeah.
What about you?
Same thing.
Same thing. All right. You all take care.
You too.
All right.
This woman.
Any comments? Why are you out here? Huh?
Glad to be here.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
glad to be here.
Why are you out here?
I'm just here to see Stacey and to see her in person. I'm excited to see her and meet her. I probably won't meet her, but just excited about it.
Okay, thank you, man. What about you, man?
Just want to see her in person, see her speak. Always like.
Any comments?
I'm sorry.
Any comments?
I'm just here to see history in the making.
History in the making. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. How you doing? Good.
They live in that house that you walk by and you just kind of shake your head. They're that person who doesn't look like they should get a chance to vote, but you know that they're right. You have to be my ambassadors. You have to be the folks who go and get those unlikely voters and get them to the polls. Because if we volunteer early, if we vote early, say vote early. And if we volunteer hard, say volunteer hard. Then we are going to win this election. We are going to win this election. I have no doubt in my mind. Because the thing is, these are our voices. Say our voices. These are our votes. Say our votes. This is our time. Say our time. Our voices. Our votes. Our time. Our voices. Our votes. Our time. Because we are Georgia. We are Georgia. We are Georgia. So let's get it done. Thank you so much.
Press outside. Yep, right outside.
Well, the lights are better.
No, they're talking about.
Everybody set up?
All right, so we have about 3 minutes. I'm going to give preference to local folks. So WCTV, I'll start with you. Oh, you look like you're setting up.
No,
I'll
I'm
start
good.
with you.
I'm good.
Okay.
So you started tonight talking about voter suppression. What are your first reactions from hearing about the Quitman 10?
I'm so excited to see the Quitman 10 here because it means that voter suppression has been battled again. And I'm glad that they aren't letting what happened to them and the voter suppression that Brian Kemp imposed on them, it's not stopping them from voting. I was proud to see them here, and I'm so excited about the work they're going to do. I'm also excited about the federal government, the federal judge that has issued a TRO requiring that absentee ballots be counted and not rejected. It's a more complicated story, but it's once again proof that voter suppression will not win in the state of Georgia.
Given how divided this country is, how divided this state is, how polarizing this race is, if you win, how are you going to unite residents in this state?
Every issue I talk about reflects the needs of everyone in Georgia, regardless of whether they support me or not. Every Georgian wants quality education for their children. We all want good paying jobs, and we all want affordable, accessible health care. That's what I'm pushing for. And if you look at everything I've said from the start of this race, it's been about how do we help all of Georgia succeed. I was a very effective leader in the House because I know how to work across the aisle, and I'm one of 6 children. I know how to knit together people whose feelings are hurt. And so my mission as the next governor of Georgia will be to use my skills, but also to use my knowledge to make certain that every Georgian gets the support that they need from their state.
Your last message to your supporters tonight was that they're your ambassadors, and you had a strong message for them. So kind of just talk to me about why it's so important for them to not only get out early, but to find other people as well.
Because we win this election by turning out those votes and those voters who do not think their voices matter. We know that we lose elections not because people can't vote, but because they don't know why they should. And I want the folks in this audience, the folks across Georgia, to talk about the real issues. Talk about criminal justice reform, about Medicaid expansion and why it matters, about special needs children and their access to education. If we personalize it and people understand who we are and what we can become together, we will win this election.
On the voter suppression issue, what else is at stake, not just in Georgia, but for the rest of the country, depending on the result here?
We know that across the country, voter suppression is the new tactics being used by the Republicans to fight back against losing elections. And not just here, but in North Dakota, what they've done to the Native American population is there. What's happening in Indiana. Across the states, we see voter suppression being a tactic used instead of having good ideas and comprehensive plans to serve all Americans. I'm fighting to protect our democracy, and I want to make certain that we don't have to have the conversation about what happens if not. Because if we win this election outright, we're on the right path and the right road to preserving our democracy.
You acknowledged out there that you are in a dead heat. What do you think is going to make or break this race in the final days?
What will make the difference is turning out voters who are not expected to vote. And that's been part of our strategy from the beginning. Not only those likely voters, but those who do not think that their voices are heard. If we can turn them out, we will win this election.
Yeah. So, in coming to BSU once again, what was your purpose in coming? So, I understand college voters are kind of one of the main voters. So, what message did you want to send by coming back again?
I'm back in Valdosta and back on the campus of Valdosta State because Valdosta is emblematic of what's available in the state of Georgia. You've got military bases, you've got a good economy, but you also have a high unemployment rate and a high poverty rate compared to the rest of the state. By coming to Valdosta, I'm helping to show that Medicaid expansion can transform the community, but also that college students can be the breath that pushes forward this message and helps create an opportunity for everyone across the state of Georgia to have a governor who sees all of Georgia and is willing to invest in all of Georgia.
Last question goes to Valdosta. You brought up today Lowndes County and Medicaid expansion. Specifically, talk about that number, that 7,000 number, and how Medicaid expansion is going to help the area.
Sure. So we have about 15,000 folks who live in the Lowndes County community who are uninsured, who are non-elderly, who are adults. Medicaid expansion would cover half of them. That means half of the population of uninsured would suddenly get coverage in the state, in this community. And it would create 3,000 jobs in the larger Three Rivers community. The importance of this is that Medicaid expansion is a good investment for all of Georgia. It helps productive folks be more productive. It helps reduce the cost to our communities. The Lowndes County community helps pay more than $100 million in uncompensated care, people who go to the doctors who can't afford it. Medicaid expansion will cut that number in half. And by doing Medicaid expansion in Valdosta, we will invest in communities, create new jobs, and make certain that people who have preventable diseases get the help they need and the support they need so that we become a stronger, more productive community and a healthier community overall. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. You're going to come this way?
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
To get to Free Press, and tonight I was there with the press conference with candidate Stacey Abrams, but I was not allowed nor asked to ask a question as other members of the media, and I was sorely disappointed. NBC, CBS, and other stations, but I am the person that have gone to many small towns across Georgia. The question that I was going to ask Stacey Abrams was this. She talks about voting, voter suppression, voter intimidation. My question to Stacey Abrams would have been, what about these people and candidates who are voted into office by Democrats? And when they are voted into office, they are removed from office by this pattern and practice that Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp, his investigators, and the G.B.R. have taken and implemented against many Democrats. And this is an issue that very few people are addressing. Therefore, people in Meigs, voters in Lumpkin, voters in Camilla, voters in Dawson, Georgia, voters in Gordon, Georgia, voters in Warrington, Georgia, voters in Sparta and Hancock County, voters in Douglas, Georgia, where Commissioner Olivia Coley Pearson has been to court twice, just like the Quitman 10 plus 2. So the question I wanted to ask her short form, after people come to the polls and vote as a Democrat, and they go through voter suppression, what about when they are elected and then the Democratic Party will not step up to the plate and assist these people, and therefore many people in the state of Georgia say they're not going to vote because these people and these questions are not addressed by the Democratic Party? That's the question I wanted to ask. That's why I'm putting this at the front of this video, because it's just that important to the people who want it. The chairman of the Democratic Party to come to these small towns and give these disenfranchised and painful voters hope and a reason for voting. In my most humble opinion, Stacey Abrams, I hope you will contact these cities. It's already been highlighted. So you can go and encourage these Democrats who said they would never ever vote again. The truth must be told so the lies can be exposed. Now let's get down to the video.
But the thing is, I'm not just running for history. I'm running for the future. I'm running because there's a very clear choice in this election. And in case we had any confusion, if you watched the debates last night, there is no confusion anymore. In my opponent's world, you get to be successful if you were born to the right community, have the right look, have the right connections. Anybody else, good luck. Because when it comes to health care, he says, just trust the insurance companies. And if you don't have insurance, he said, well, the solution is competition. But if you don't have enough money to pay for insurance, how is competition going to help you? My opponent says that law enforcement, if they are state law enforcement, that he's there for them, but if it's local law enforcement, protecting us, protecting our communities, he says it's okay for them to be on food stamps. It's not his problem. Now, this is someone who's made public safety the center of his campaign. But when I asked him very specifically, why isn't the governor responsible for making sure that those who are putting their lives on the line for us can put food on their tables, he said it wasn't his job. Well, if it's not his job, he should get this job. In his vision of Georgia, if you are someone who has submitted an application and somebody switched out your letters, if somebody dropped a hyphen, if somebody forgot something, if you put DR instead of drive, then he thinks that you should be okay being held up instead of being able to vote. I just had a moment to talk to the Quitman 10, folks who went to jail for trying to exercise the right to vote so they can help their children get a good education. And his response to the Quitman 10 was, I don't care. In fact, he's doubled down on voter suppression. Because here's the thing, voter suppression isn't just about blocking someone's access to the ballot. It's about scaring the rest of us out of using it. And he hopes it works. He hopes that you hear enough about voter suppression that you think twice about casting a ballot, about using an absentee ballot or showing up early. He hopes that we stay home because we've been frightened out of using our rights. Is Brian Kemp right? No! Thank you.
known throughout the area as a town that gets along. It does not have race issues or class issues or other issues. It's been well known for that.
I want to address America. I say one more thing. I want to disrespect, and I'm not ashamed to disrespect gas station orders as long as we get it. On my personal level, I don't trust it. That's me. I'm speaking for me. Because when I get a lawsuit for this city and my name in there, and Mr. Boone said I talked to him, blah, 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 and he only presented one side, I got a side too. Now, I know what transpired with some conversations we had. I'm speaking on 19 years. I cannot work with people I don't trust. In 19 years, I have never called to ask any legal advice from Mr. Boone. Now we get these calls get legal advice. Everything we say to get the information to move the city forward, it's thrown against us. It's open meeting violation. You shouldn't have done this. You harassed her. I have not harassed anybody. That's not my name. And I don't appreciate reading in a lawsuit, you harass somebody. Why not get my side before you do the lawsuit? You're an attorney that represents the city, not half of it. And I don't appreciate that. That's my standard, that I cannot work with people that I cannot trust.
Thank you. Streets, Council Whipple.
And this is why the governor of the state of Georgia, or the Secretary of State, Brian P. Kemp, or Georgia Attorney General Sam Olsen need to come here into these southern towns and try to put an end to this before this get out of hand. We have pleaded in several cities, and we have asked that our leaders come to try and resolve the situation.
It's been known throughout the area as a town that gets along. It does not have race issues or class issues or other issues. It's been well known for that.
Georgia Bureau of Investigation lied on the stand.
That's right. Yes.
Falsified documents.
That's right. Yes.
The Secretary of State lied on the stand.
Yes. Yes.
Boone from the post office, who started this whole mess, lied on the stand.
Yes.
All to try to make these citizens look guilty.
I had never been to jail. I had never had handcuffs on my arms. And that hurts. That hurts. People don't realize. They're standing by looking at us. They don't realize how this hurt us. Guys are going to jail with handcuffs on us. And people think about it. People know us. People know who we are. And how dare them think that we are criminals. It's hard, y'all. It's hard. It's hard. People looking at you that you did something wrong when you knew you did something wrong. I'm sorry. Come on. I thank y'all. I support us. I thank y'all for being here with us. I just thank God, God bless you and one of y'all. Continue to support us, and we really need y'all. We had never done anything wrong. We wouldn't. To make a difference, and I can do it. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted.
If the African American community and all people of color exercise their constitutional right to vote, it will mean the demise of this white privileged aristocracy here in Georgia. That is not American. That is not worthy of the state of Georgia. This prosecution is a travesty. The prosecutors, the Secretary of State, the governor should be called out on what they have done to these women and called to publicly apologize for the 4 years that they have put them under this scrutiny and this character assassination. So that's